Hi, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's December 2nd, 2024. I don't have too much for you today because reading over the news, it just feels tiresome, depressing. And there's some days when you don't really want to deal with that, so you turn on some calming music and think of the season we're in, which is a season that leads up to Christ's birth. That day in time, that moment in time that changed the world forever. I will mention a couple of news items, but I won't be dwelling on them. First off, as the title of this video says, in quotes, hell to pay. This was from a quote from President-elect Trump, that I saw on X an hour or so ago. So I'm going to read it to you. Everybody is talking about the hostages who are being held so violently, inhumanely, and against the will of the entire world in the Middle East. But it's all talk and no action. Please let this truth serve to represent that if the hostages are not released prior to January 20, 2025, the date that I proudly assume office as President of the United States, there will be all hell to pay in the Middle East and for those in charge who perpetuated these atrocities against humanity. Those responsible will be hit harder than anybody has been hit in the long and storied history of the United States of America. Please release the hostages now. Hostages haven't been released, and some of them have been killed in bombings in Palestine by the IDF. And we must recognize that there have been hostages on the other side. There's been jailings that are terrible. I just heard the other day there's a Palestinian Christian daughter. The IDF went to her house, went to her parents' house. She lived there. And they busted in, and they, when the mother and father tried to stop them from taking their daughter, one of the soldiers held a gun to their face and said, don't move or we'll shoot. Basically, don't do anything or we'll shoot you. And so they took the daughter away, and she's been in prison for 8 months for some administrative reason. And it shows you, again, that it's not, all these terrorists that they're going after. These are regular people. These are people of faith, women and children. I think what bothers me the most is that, Donald Trump wants to help people. He needs to help both sides. He needs to be fair to both sides that have gone through, especially the suffering of the innocents on both sides in Palestine and also in Israel. But they're not equal. Okay. I have to say that, most all Trump voters, people who wanted to vote for Trump, were voting on his desire for peace in the world. And if he gets involved in this, that's already a mess that has spread into Syria, and the terrorists are trying to again take out the leader there, and they're chopping off people's heads, and they've torn down Christmas trees in Aleppo, and I keep thinking, don't involve our soldiers in here. I mean, we already know the war is happening. The prophecies have said this, that I almost want to go back and look again what Metropolitan Neophytus had said regarding how the wars have moved around. Started from Syria, ascended into Ukraine, now descended into the center in the Middle East. And that's where we are now, but even more so we're back in Syria, but that could be the center area because it's all going to be coming to a head there. And as I said in one of my other videos, the West, Turkey, and Israel are doing this to destabilize again this area. And I didn't really want to get into it today on what this all means because some people just, we're just don't want to hear this right now, so I'm not going to get into it. But it would be detrimental. And as we said, we voted for peace, not more war. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they be the sons of God. And it would really be nice to see something like that. But, that won't be until after World War III. The other thing is Biden has pardoned his son, not just a regular pardon, but for 10 years of all the whatever he's done that we know about and we don't know about. And, I really didn't want to get into this because I wasn't surprised at all that Biden did this, even though his press secretary kept saying, no, he won't do that. Biden will not pardon his son. Well, I thought I pretty much knew he was going to do it. The other issue is I'm kind of tired of all the corruption. I'm tired of all the criminal acts that don't go, that justice isn't served. I'm just tired of the constant, these people that have all the money can get away with anything. And nobody serves anything. No jail time. No accountability. And, that's just, I know we're in a time now that this is culminating and it's supposed to come about. Everything that's dirty is coming out. Everything it's not easy to watch. I would say it's not easy to take. So, as George Carlin said, it's a big club and we ain't in it. And God willing, it's soon, don't know when, but to God's time, after this world war that we keep praying that God will lessen the destruction and carnage, that peace will come about and there will be real change. This is why I kind of feel like I thought that Trump was following, he doesn't know obviously, but he was a tool being used to go in that direction of peace and prosperity, and the world would be a better place, and we need to stop fighting each other. We need to stop competing against each other and trying to take people's resources and bullying others. And why don't we just work with people and find things in common and make a difference in the world as a leader, showing good qualities, good things to follow. And that's where I am right now. That's really all I wanted to say on this particular subject, because like I said, I'm really not in the mood to get into all of this. So, what are your thoughts on all that? Are you tired of the corruption? I mean, that's why everybody voted for Trump. We wanted change. We wanted real change. We want reform. We want real overhaul of the system. We want accountability of those who have done unlawful things. All of that. I hope you can share what you think in the comments below this video. If you agree, if you have a different take on everything that I talked about today. I'm going to go back to listening to my holiday winter cafe jazz music, and I need to start making dinner. So I will catch you in the next video. God bless.